Good morning. For many years now, I've suffered pain from having a bad knee. I injured it a long time ago playing volleyball, and now it will occasionally flare up. And if I bend it wrong or twist it funny, it will cause me a lot of pain. I can't kneel on it because of all the pain. And I promise I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. So anyway, this past summer, my knee had once again flared up and was causing me quite a bit of pain. And if I was on it all day or I wore the wrong shoes, I would hardly be able to walk at the end of the day without limping. It was very painful at that time. And during the same time that my knee was acting up again, my sister and her family came for a visit. We were in Reading for a few days, and while we were there, we were visiting some falls. We went to Bernie Falls and McCloud, I think is what they were. So while we were at McCloud, my brother-in-law wanted to go down to some of the lower falls because we thought that our boys could swim there and they could maybe swim out to the falls. The only problem was that the trail to get down to those lower falls was very steep and very slippery. It had loose dirt on it. And against my better judgment, I decided that I would go down there as well. I mean, who wants to be only one left at the top of the trail, right? Oh, well, about halfway down the trail, my sandal, which was comfortable for my knee, but probably not so great to be wearing on a hiking trail, a steep one for that matter, my sandal slipped out from underneath of me and on that loose dirt. And to avoid falling very hard on my backside, my natural reflex was to bend my knee and put my hand back to catch myself. The problem was that the foot that had slipped was my good knee, and so the one that I had to bend to avoid the fall was my bad one. It all happened so quickly, I didn't even have time to think about it. So, needless to say, when I did bend that knee, there was a sharp pain that shot through my knee and I felt a pop. Well, anyways, long story short, through all that much effort, my husband's help, I finally got back up to the top of the trail, and obviously I survived. I'm here. But now I promise I'm not just complaining. I have a point in telling you all of this. Stay with me. Promise me. Promise you. Okay. The next day, I was going about my morning, and David said, "How's your knee?" And I was like really shocked as I stopped to think about it that my knee was not hurting, like not at all. And although at the time that I had slipped, it caused extreme pain when I bent my knee, whatever I had done when I slipped had actually somehow helped to fix my knee. Since that day that I fell, I have not had any knee pain, and I can bend my knee normally now where I wasn't able to before, way farther than I've been able to in many years. So, what's the point of all this story, you might say? Well, this story actually taught me a very valuable lesson. God can take things that hurt us when they happen in our life and actually use them to help bring about something good. That kind of sounds familiar to me, like maybe the story of Joseph in the Bible. We're all familiar with that. And that famous verse that he says at the end of Genesis in chapter 50, verse 20, he says, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good." Now, I did not like the pain I felt when I slipped and fell, but I sure have enjoyed a pain-free knee since then. And likewise, I'm sure Joseph did not enjoy all the pain that he endured in his life. But I also think that he really enjoyed his life after the pain. I mean, no one wants to go through rejection, misunderstandings. No one wants to be lied about or forgotten by people. But when all those things work together for good, that sounds like a famous verse I know as well. When they work together for good in our life and they put you at the top of the list of important people in Egypt, right under Pharaoh, now that wasn't hurting Joseph so bad. In fact, that is the good that came from all of Joseph's hurt and pain earlier in his life. No one likes to go through times of pain. No one wants to fall. No one wants to be hurt. But when it does happen, always remember that God can use that for good, and He will use it. He always does. He is the Redeemer. He uses everything. God never wastes the pain that He allows to come into your life. He will use it for your good. Never forget that nothing you go through is a waste. God will use everything. Yes, even the painful, ugly, horrible things you've endured in your life, and God will use them and turn them and use them for your good in your life. What is causing pain in your life right now? What circumstance has brought pain to you or to your family? God will use it for good. I don't know how He does it, but He does. Do we like the pain? No. Do we want to feel hurt by others? No. Is it worth it when you know the healing that will come after the pain? Yes. Knowing the pain I would feel in my knee from the slip on that trail that day, would I go down that trail again if I had another choice? Yes, I would do it again. That pain brought my healing. God can do the same for you. He can take that pain and hurt that you experienced in your life, maybe you're experiencing it right now, and He can bring you healing. Don't hate the pain. Look through the pain with hope, knowing that God will bring you healing.